Yo guys, how's it going? It's your boy Blank Online. Today, we're going to be talking about Call of Duty Black Ops 4 and the recent patch that introduced both contracts and a pay-to-win system. Now, this shouldn't come to a surprise for me, for you, or for anyone who's been following Black Ops 4 and anyone who's educated in the shady as fuck business model that Activision sets out for the Call of Duty games. Now, we have in this patch, as I said, both contracts and the new pay-to-win system that I'll get into at the end of the video. But we'll start off positive. We'll start off with the good things that have come with this patch. Let's talk about contracts. So, if you guys have played World War II, very similar to how World War II did its contracts. So, essentially, across all 4 modes, so you got World League, which is counting as its own mode now, Blackout, Zombies, and Multiplayer, there will be specific contracts, specific rewards that you can earn throughout those 4 modes. We'll take Multiplayer for an example. You complete the challenges, you complete the contracts, and you can get XP, reserves, anything like that. It could be a multiple number of reserves, or just XP, or just a reserve, anything like that. Within Blackout, you get the Blackout token thingies, I think. I don't know. I don't really play Blackout. In Zombies, you get the Zombies XP, obviously, and you get some Nebulan Plasma. But yeah. So essentially, these things are free for everyone and they're interchangeable. So every single week, every single day, there will be some new challenge that you can hop on, complete, and get your rewards. And it seems like it's different for everyone. So everyone has a different challenge each day. So everyone's 6 challenges that they get are different, but then the daily challenges is obviously something that everyone in the community can complete. And I think this is just to ensure that not one game mode is super oversaturated. So for example, if everyone has the same 6, and in those 6 most of the contracts that day are team deathmatch challenges, then obviously most of the player base will be playing team deathmatch. And I think the way that they're doing it to make the 6 contracts kind of varied between everyone who's playing the game, that in turn makes it so that no one kind of game mode is too overpopulated and everyone's kind of evenly spread across all the game modes, which is cool. So that's pretty much contracts, man. There's nothing too much to there's nothing too much to it. It's just another way, a free way, might I add, for players to get reserves, for players to get XP, for players to get rewards, and that's what we all want. Just easier ways for us to gain the stuff that we really want, right? Especially with the supply drops being so oversaturated with random crap. This is just a way to kind of give players something for free. It's literally doing stuff that you'd normally do in a game, like, I don't know, complete 5 team deathmatch games, or get 5 kills in domination, or capture 3 flags, or do whatever. Like, it's simple stuff that we do in game anyway. It's just added that we get a little bit of reward after doing those things. As I said, that's pretty much contracts. It's kicking off on all platforms, so there's no like PlayStation exclusivity on these things. If you're on PC, Xbox, you can download the patch now and get these contracts and start grinding out towards completing them all. Now let's talk about the bad of this update. They've added in a pay to win feature, which is not too great. Now let's talk about what it is called. It's called Blackjack's Stashes. And anytime you hear Blackjack in the name of a new feature, you know it's going to be shit. So, Blackjack Stashes, what are they? So, the description of it is, each player will be able to unlock one of Blackjack Stashes per game, which contains all the black market weapons in your inventory. For instance, if you've earned the Vendetta in the contraband stream, it will be available for you to grab during a Blackout match in one of Blackjack's stashes. Now, it's just a random weapon from the black market so long as you have unlocked it. So, if you unlock the Vendetta, as the description states, if you have unlocked the Peacekeeper, any of those weapons that are in the cesspool that is the black market, you can unlock that and get that in Blackout. Now, it's something that doesn't really apply to me because I'm not a Blackout player and I've never really kind of been one. I think I've played max like 2 matches of Blackout in this entire year of Black Ops 4. But for the people that do play Blackout, it's kind of just like, why was this added? So essentially, the way, if you can't see why it's pay to win, this is how this whole thing shapes out to be pay to win. Let's say you're a hardcore Blackout player and you're like, shit, this essentially is a guaranteed decent weapon in Blackout every single match, even though it's randomized. Like, for example, if you've only unlocked the Peacekeeper, you're guaranteed a Peacekeeper every single match. The way that Blackout is and the way that Battle Royale is that every single time you drop into the match, it's completely random. Every match is different. Every match will have a different loadout, different set of perks, different guns, different equipment, and all that sort of stuff. But this makes it so that every time you drop into a Blackout map and every time you drop into a match, you are guaranteed a weapon, whether that be the Peacekeeper that you've only unlocked, or if you've unlocked 2 or 3, you're guaranteed 2 or 3 of those weapons. Granted, you may not like those weapons. Granted, you might be like, oh, I'm not too keen on the Vendetta and I probably wouldn't use it in Blackout, and that's fair enough. But this unlocks the ability for users to pump money into supply drops, like hardcore Blackout players, for them to pump money into supply drops in order to unlock those black market weapons, because they know that they're going to get a guarantee of that weapon in the game next time they drop into a match. And that's how it's pay to win. It's hard, right? It's hard that Activision can't understand that they're adding even more, like, what players want, right? Because they're adding in even more pay to win stuff. They're adding even more paywall stuff to their game that, don't forget, originally did not have it, right? Originally, Black Ops 4 had no black market. Black Ops 4 had no microtransactions. Black Ops 4 was a place where you could buy COD points, but there was nothing to spend the COD points on. So there was a time in the game's life cycle, that initial couple of months, where everything in the game was there and there was nothing really, like, there was nothing at all to unlock with your physical real life money, right? And there wasn't this system where you could pump money into supply drops and get a guaranteed decent weapon in Blackout, when the whole premise of Battle Royale is that every match is different, every match is random, every single time you have a different gun and all that sort of stuff. But Activision seems to want to put a paywall on everything. Activision seems like they want to monetize literally every aspect of the game. If you really think about it, they've literally monetized the randomness of Battle Royale, which is fucking stupid. If you really think about it, it's so fucking stupid, and I just don't see how this makes any sense, right? How do you get from not having any sort of post-launch monetization to the point we're at now, where you're monetizing a game mode which is meant to be completely random? How do you introduce a feature that takes away from the randomness of what a Battle Royale is meant to be? Now, as I said, I am not a Blackout player, but I want to see what the Blackout players think about this. Me, being a multiplayer guy, I don't really get affected by this. It's not like every single time in a multiplayer match, a stash is going to drop in the middle of the map and you can get a black market weapon. It's not like that, because that honestly would not make sense at all. But in Blackout, if you're watching this video and you're a Blackout player, what do you think about this feature? What do you think about Activision and Treyarch also bringing in a feature to kind of take away from the randomness of Battle Royale? Me being a player, I was pretty into Fortnite when Fortnite first came out, and if there was something, okay, just say, because Fortnite's purely cosmetic and all those things, if Fortnite had a system like Black Ops 4 did, where you could unlock weapons through supply drops, let's say the weapons in Fortnite, like hypothetical pay to, like the weapons you pay for, drop into the map every single match and you can get that stash. There are supply drops in Fortnite that do give you weapons, but you don't pay for that. It's free. Let's say that happened. If I go back to 2017 or early 2018, when I was super duper into Fortnite, if I heard that Epic Games was doing this, I would be pretty furious. I would think that they're taking away from what makes a battle royale and just looking to make more money off of it, which is exactly what Activision and Treyarch is doing, and it sucks, man. So as I said, if you're a Blackout player, let me know in the comments down below. What do you think about this new system? Do you think it will benefit Blackout? Do you think they're just looking to add more paywalls? And even if you're not a Blackout player, if you're like me, you're a multiplayer or a zombies player, what do you think about this new system? What do you think this does to the game? Because if they can do this to Blackout, what if they do this to zombies? What if they do this to multiplayer? Where do we go from there? A lot of questions to be asked. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like. As I said, comments down below what you guys think about this whole pay to win system. Click subscribe if you're new here. Click the bell for alerts. Call of Duty news and Call of Duty in general has been pretty slow, which is why the videos on here have been so spread out. But once Modern Warfare starts hitting up, that's when you're just gonna see me pumping out more videos. I'm working on a bunch of different projects at the moment actually, so I'm super keen to launch them, and for me to actually be able to talk about them and for you guys to see what I'm working on. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.